Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and we're back for another Total War Warhammer video. Today we're going to talk about possible hints from Creative Assembly in regards to future content. It seems Creative Assembly has been hinting as to what's coming next, and of course this is pure speculation, but let's try and jump right in. Please bear in mind that there are two specific things I want to talk about in this video. Recently, Creative Assembly have been giving us our Christmas goodies. This is in the form of wallpaper, art, and so on, with the usual 12 days of Festag. The 12th and final day had the following thumbnail, which is on screen right now. This is a landscape with a destroyed avatar of Cain. Rather interesting to be in fact, considering the fact that every other thumbnail was already far more colourful. I don't know what this exactly means. The avatar of Cain was not a model in Warhammer Fantasy Battles. It was more of a terrain piece, as it was featured on the Blood Cauldrons. Instead, the avatar of Cain was a Warhammer 40k mini and recently an Age of Sigmar one. It could be, of course, that it's hinting towards the fact that the Dark Elves will be the next DLC, where the hint itself could be falling towards Talaris Dreadbringer, who is himself a chosen of Cain. It's very much possible, this just seems to be way too convenient. As I said, everything else we've seen on the thumbnails have generally been stuff that's already been released, whereas everything here looks a bit too out of place, if you understand what I mean. Of course, it makes sense for the Dark Elves to be the next DLC for Total War Warhammer 2. They are in fact the only base game race that still only has 5 playable legendary lords. The only thing which seems a bit too odd to me is the inclusion of the avatar of Cain itself. I don't know, it just seems really off. And if they wanted to show art like that before, they could have obviously done it with Crone Hellebron. The larger part of the Total War Warhammer community seems to be expecting Rakath the Beastlord, however this seems to just really push towards Talaris. Or it could just be hinting towards a Avatar of Cain playable unit. Yes, it was not a Warhammer Fantasy unit, but Creative Assembly and Games Workshop could look towards adding it, as it does fit with the theme more or less. I'll be very honest, I would prefer Talaris Dreadbringer over a Avatar of Cain. Yes, the avatar does look quite interesting, but it's more Age of Sigmar-y and Warhammer 40,000 than it is Warhammer Fantasy. The next possible hint was in the same pack for the 12th day of Festag. This pack itself was mostly static wallpapers. Seems innocent enough, but then there was a random image there titled 321. That image is very obviously the Mark of Tzeentch, which is rather curious. Why the Mark of Tzeentch, especially now? This seems more like a mistake than anything else. Unless Creative Assembly are hinting at something. I've spoken to a bunch of subscribers about this. Indeed, this was brought to my attention yesterday when I was doing my Festag stream. Since then, I've spoken to many different subscribers, and there's a lot of theories. Some believe that the image's title falls around a date, 321 being March 2021, where people are starting to believe that this might be the announcement for Total War Warhammer 3. This indeed could be possible, as obviously, whilst we do have a DLC left as far as we are aware for Total War Warhammer 2, it's more than possible that they can announce the third and final game of the series right as that's leading up to the last DLC. We had this happen before from Warhammer 1 going on to Warhammer 2. Personally, I'm subscribing to this theory more, as there are other theories that state that maybe it's a Chaos vs Dark Elf DLC, which yes, could be possible, but it's more than likely to be a Beastmen vs Dark Elves. Yes, Beastmen are indeed part of the Chaos roster, but the Mark of Chaos itself really doesn't fall under the Beastmen. It seems way too on the nose. Of course, this could just be a random error. I used WinRAR to open the pack, and it says that every image with the twisted name on it was created around the same date and time as each other. And that makes sense, but the 321 image was created on the 15th of December, a month later than all the others. Again, this image seems way too out of place, and might indeed be the hint towards the future, especially if it was created at a different time. I've tested this by sending some images I myself created in different times to different people to see if they had the original date, and they do. I'm honestly still leaning towards the possibility that the numbers 321 are hinting towards a possible March announcement. It makes sense more or less, and yes, this is again tinfoil hatting, but the whole video itself has been very much with a tinfoil hat. You see, Creative Assembly normally announce a game around 3 to 4 months before its release, I believe. At least this is what happened with Total War Warhammer 2. It was announced on March and then released on September. That would be a 5-month break, and I've been more or less speculating that we will see Total War Warhammer 3 around August or September of next year. Again, this is pure speculation, but more or less the dates do match up. I could be completely wrong, but it feels like everything does match up. The next DLC would be that for the Dark Elves, which would more or less release around the same time as the trailer for Warhammer 3. This would give YouTubers enough time to hype up the next game and the DLC, and then the release in around September or August. So the image itself could indeed be some sort of hint. But what do you guys think about all this? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and let's start a bit of a discussion. I know this is extremely tinfoil hat style, but it just feels like the hint is right there. But with that, my friends, we've come to the end of our video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, might I suggest giving the video a like, or even subscribing to the channel, as it really does help us out. In the description section below are various links to different social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, and Discord. Also in the description section is an affiliate link with Element Games where you could buy loads of hobby-based products, not just Warhammer, for 10 to 25% off. Making a purchase using that link and also our special code, which is also in the description, supports the channel at no extra cost to you, which we think is rather cool. A big thank you to our patrons. Your support means the world to us. It's amazing that people want to help a small channel like us grow and get to a higher level of content. A big thank you to Gibraltar LUSC, Ryan Bertsche, Andrew Prince, and Okro for subscribing to us at our Fane level. You guys are super cool. And a big thank you to Edward Yule, VS Vasan, Aaron Whitman, and Shaggy for subscribing to us at our King level. Honestly, we can't thank you all enough. And lastly, a big thank you to all of you for liking, sharing, and commenting on these videos. Honestly, it's because of you guys that the channel's been growing at such a great pace lately, so we can't thank you all enough. But with that, my friends, thank you so much for watching once again, and we shall see you all again very, very soon. Have a good day.